Welcome to Yankees-Red Sox preview talk with Katie Nolan. That's the best City Connect
That's
jersey.
been done. They've all been bad. This is a good one.
Yeah, but I think I hate the Red Sox. Actually, I don't even know if I hate them anymore. The rivalry stinks. It's dull.
Wow. Yeah.
But that's my favorite one of all teams.
Yeah.
Ever, I think.
I think I got a size too big. We were talking about this before. But that's okay. It's a look now.
Is that kind of like my color?
No.
If that was in the sun for 10 years?
Yes.
Okay. Do you think the Yankees will win the series or the Red Sox?
Don't make me say.
Right off the bat.
Come on, don't make me
It's
say.
the Yankee show. You just win their hearts right away.
I don't want to win their hearts. Their hearts are cold and dead.
You've answered without answering. Jake, who do you think will win the series?
I'm rooting Yankees, and I think they can. Where are you at with the Boston Red Sox? Because they've been bad.
You know, can I just say up top?
Yes.
To come in here and say anything negative about my team feels wrong.
It does.
I would like to present a united front with my fandom. And, you know, we deal with our problems in-house, and then I can come here but they are so hard to watch right now. It's just like new, interesting ways to lose by one run every day. And it's too much. It's a lot of extra innings that we end up losing. It's none of it's really that enjoyable.
So in games that lose them, because sometimes losing teams are not fun because
it's never competitive.
It's
right.
Like, oh,
no,
boy.
we keep it. We're like, here they come. No, they don't.
So you are granting your opponents great times. Like, we should be excited. Because winning a walk-off is a good game.
But I always feel, here's the thing about a rivalry, and this is where my sports fandom has a little bit too much, I account for magic too much. I think everybody's all stats. Sometimes I'm vibes. I mean, always I'm vibes. But sometimes I'm magic. And I feel like rivalries like ours never disappoint. There's always, even if we suck and you are great, even if I still think something interesting will happen, especially because we are at like a peak conflict right now. Everybody's fighting. I don't know if you've been on the internet.
That's electric.
Everyone's fighting. And so Sox-Yankees playing when the world is at peak conflict can only be theater. There's no way this is a bad weekend. It might be bad for the
entertainment-wise.
Yes, I think it will be very entertaining. I'm already exhausted talking about the Sox on a Yankees podcast.
Jake, I don't know if you heard this, but my father...
Oh, I didn't know if you heard this.
Listened. Do you know?
She told us about
this. He emailed my podcast, and I thought it was the cutest thing.
She was going to surprise you.
Oh, I didn't know he emailed you.
Oh, shit. What were you going to say?
No, that's fine.
Now it's all out there.
Oh, damn.
No, my dad, that's good.
He only emailed her like
he's
pictures.
He's listening right now.
Yeah,
no,
and I hadn't clicked him yet. I was going to click him live.
I used to always say never sit on a compliment because I don't naturally just like say nice things to people all the time. So if I
work on that maybe.
No, I am. If I think of one, I say it.
Great.
I don't say like fake stuff. Mm-hmm. Like, I really enjoyed your show yesterday when I didn't.
Okay, so what was wrong with my show yesterday?
No, I didn't listen to it, is what I'm saying. People do that, and I can tell.
Yes, of course.
So when I have a real one, I think my dad's doing that by emailing you. He's following my logic. Anyway, he listened to us on your show, and now he listens to your show, and he really likes it.
It's so cute.
And he told me that you're fighting Swilly. That's what he said.
What?
That your producer told you, because you're talking about we need a beef.
Oh, yeah, yes.
That to come in the office and knock a drink out of Swilly's hand so we start a beef.
Yes. We were talking about how there was beef between, I think it was about Simmons and Pablo Torre. There's just like beef. And I was like, we need beef. We need to have beef with another podcast. And then somebody suggested John Boy. And I said, well, I'm going there tomorrow. I was like, I should make sure I wear my sock stuff and we'll just really play up this beef. May I read you the email that your father sent?
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as he's not going to be upset.
I don't think he would be. The subject line was rival. Okay.
Which, by the way, he thought about for a long time.
You think? Well, subject lines are hard. I usually know subject.
No, I don't think he did. I think he just ripped stuff.
I think he thought about that.
So I became a fan after you had my son on your show. I really enjoy the diverse team you have and the banter between a highly knowledgeable sports host, someone pretty new to sports, and an Aussie. Sorry, can't remember the Jeff Meyer hater's name. It's very funny. Wow. But today, it was suggested you guys need a rival, and that may be John Boy. Okay, the gloves are off. Nice. Let's bring it on. Space, 4 exclamation points.
Yes. Yes. If that was a card, he would have underlined a couple words.
Jimmy will hold his own. Why do parents always do that? They're like, it was written by someone else, but I would have underlined this.
That is like their generation's thing with reading cards.
Just write a card. Write your own card, then.
No, because it's like, I bought this card for this line.
Yeah, exactly. This is the part I liked. Last line. Jimmy will hold his own, but I will need to help Jake.
Ha!
Christopher O'Brien or John Boy's dad.
That's fair.
Wow.
So cute.
That is nice of him.
I loved that.
And
I can't believe he listens to my podcast.
We'll do a rivalry where if the Red Sox win, I'll mail a stink bomb to your guys.
Hey, what was that?
What?
At the end.
What was what? Oh, the thing he said
Does
about
that
you?
mean I won't hold strong? Does that mean I'll go too far? What's that mean?
I think it's that you'll need help
Yeah.
being...
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
That's just a general. It's outside of the potential beef.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I think it's just like a...
That's off.
Like, he'll be okay, but you might need a little coaxing, a little...
Yeah,
I'm
you're too
assistance.
nice. You're
I'm
too
gonna send him a
nice.
text.
And what's that
That's
text
the
gonna
thing.
say?
It could have been a nice thing that he was trying to depict, but currently that's not sitting with me.
I thought
well.
it was playful, I like my son better than that guy who's not my son. That's
Last
what I
time
read it
we
as.
texted, October 27th of last year.
Okay, it's been a long time.
yeah.
Maybe you should reach out
Walker
with something
Buehler
other than you.
is a Red Sox.
Yeah.
No, he is. I like
Okay.
Walker Buehler a lot. We've had him on the show.
Okay.
But when you guys got Bregman and Buehler, I was like, fuck.
I know,
Guys
same.
those guys are going to be great, like, personality of Red Sox. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if there was a beef to be started on the field again, that's the guys I would be like, they'd
Well, we won't be seeing it this weekend as Bregman is not well.
no. How's the Devers relationship going? Is it, like, gone
Good
anywhere?
question, Jimmy.
I know he's performing,
Yeah,
but
as he always has been.
A-Rod hand. Does he still have animosity? Do they even ask about it?
I think it's very like, good morning, hello. They're like tiptoeing. I feel like nobody wants to say anything. Like when when Bregman, they didn't even have the conversation about like, do you want to go back to third? Like that was just like we won't approach this anymore. I have a controversial opinion on it that people have yelled at me about because they disagree, because I know baseball fans are very like, you get paid all this money, do whatever the team needs you to do. I feel like, when they signed Bregman, and now, look, I've got my own feelings about Bregman because of the Astros connection, and I have my own drama with Astros fans. But when we signed a third baseman, I was like, I don't know, I'm looking at our list of highest paid players, and the number one guy is the third baseman. So what are we going to do with this? And it just, I get it. I like a big signing. Obviously he's better at third base than Rafi Devers. I'm not an idiot. But I just feel bad that we just signed this guy, and then they're immediately like, and now we got a better third baseman, so all you're allowed to do is hit. I understand the way he felt when that happened.
The first domino, in my opinion, of like fuck-uppery is not calling Devers before you sign Bregman. When they traded for Stanton, they called he had only played one season, and they were like, hey, we know you just won MVP, but we can trade for Stanton. I don't know how it's going to work out in the outfield. And Judge was like, go get him.
Right. Management of your players. That's what that is to me. Managing a relationship.
Jeter was like, I don't want to go to third. And they were like, okay, so we have to tell A-Rod he's going to third right away. So I understand Devers' conundrum a lot, and Cora didn't help at all.
And I just feel like
he made a divide between the two even further.
Well, in the conversation he had with him to convince him, or to try to convince him to be DH, was like, put your glove away. You're not going to see that glove for a while. You're a bat guy now. And then Casas goes down at first base, and they're like, grab your glove, going to first. And he's like, you just told me to put my glove down. And I did, and I produced at the plate. I was exemplary at the thing you wanted me to do, and now you want me to do this next thing. Yeah. I get it.
There was a lot of salt there. It was a lot of men communicating poorly, and it was a lot of the new front office. I think they tried to be like new front office, proud, make their mark a little bit. Like, no, like, this is what's best for the team. But they came in way too hot, and then nobody ever came back to the table and apologized. And Devers was like, no. And then he started hitting a ton. Yeah. And so he gets to do the, hey, how are you? I'm good. And now everyone's kind of okay with it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
Do you know any of the new Yankees? How stupid is it that we're in June 6th and the Red Sox and Yankees haven't played? But also, I like it.
Okay, that didn't make any sense. Walk me through the... How dumb is it? But I'm obsessed.
Because maybe they're the same thing that gives me both feelings. April baseball is not baseball anymore.
Right.
because they schedule all the good series in June. Like the Yankees schedule just started. They clearly want the June and July weekends for all that.
Well, doesn't that make sense?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It makes sense. We were at the game last weekend, and it feels like summer, and it's good. I went to like an April game, and I was like, this is cold and not really baseball.
When you're cold, it should be games that matter the most, not the games that matter the least. I want to be cold because it's October.
So I kind of don't mind the April. Like, I'm coming to grips with the fact that, save the rivalry games for the summer and for August and September. So I guess I'm coming around it. But anyway.
There should be more.
Coming around on it. You started there. You really just immediately made the point.
Well, if you talked to me in April, I would have been like, this schedule sucks.
Yeah.
And now that we're in the good part, I'm like, all right, fine.
I think what I've learned from paying too close of attention to this season is like, you're really not supposed to care about those first few games. You're supposed to just peek in when you can. Pay attention to the other sports that are wrapping up. And then in the summer is when you go, all right, how's my baseball team? Because otherwise, if you're watching the standings too early in the year, it's just a constant like, You
don't need the standings.
Yankees have a lot of new players.
Who?
I want to know if you have feelings about them.
Tell me them.
Well, Paul Goldschmidt.
Weird. But it fits.
Okay.
Weird, but it fits.
Yes, just like Bregman fit the Red Sox.
Yeah. Weird, but it fits.
Bellinger.
How old is he?
38.
Young 38, though.
Yeah, same. So.
Right?
Yeah, I get it.
He's actually an old 38.
Okay.
He's real bald, real kind of like lunch pail, angry.
Yeah.
Every time infielder spikes a ball and he has to scoop it, he turns to the dugout and gives a face like, these fucking young idiots making me work.
Yeah.
How dare they?
Great. Cody Bellinger is on the Yankees.
And how old is he?
I'm going to guess he's 28.
29. Almost 30.
Oh.
Young 29.
Yeah. And how's he doing as a Yankee?
Well, he started slow, and he's been hitting really well for the last.
Where does he bat in the order?
They're not that consistent. Is it a righty or a lefty pitching?
I don't know.
He's usually 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Usually either 3 or 4.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Jazz Chisholm. Was on the team last year, but he's back. He's on the team. Who else? Oh, Ben Rice. Do you have any feelings towards Ben Rice? He's a Boston guy or a Massachusetts guy.
No.
Cohasset?
I can.
His girlfriend plays field hockey.
Okay, love that.
And invented a brand of sports bra.
Okay. That's as much as you should know about that. That's exactly right. If you were an expert in whatever it was,
right?
It would be a little.
I think she went to engineering school at Harvard, so she
what the fuck?
Yeah, no, I think it's
part
like
of
I think it's like a patent. Yeah, I think it's a thing.
Okay.
So no.
They went to Dartmouth together.
Dartmouth, I went to Dartmouth together.
Sick.
Then
so no thoughts on Ben Rice?
No, I now they're positive as they can be.
Okay.
Which isn't very positive at all.
What about Austin Wells? You have any just what Yankees scare you besides Judge? I guess is my question.
He doesn't scare me. I don't fear him.
Sounds like.
What was all that?
You fidgeting.
I don't fear him at all.
Eye contact.
He's whatever. What'd you say?
wavering.
Aaron Judge? That's what his name is?
Aaron, if you're from California.
Aaron.
Take one of our frogs.
Who scares me? Nobody.
Hell yeah.
I don't
If
know.
I was your supporter,
all of
that's
you,
what I'd
like
say.
it doesn't matter if we're not that deep. This rivalry can't be that deep this time for me. I'm not like I don't feel. If you ask me to name the ones I think you should be afraid of on my team, I'm struggling to.
Trot Nixon.
It's only been Devers for like the last couple of years.
Yeah, I know, and that's why it's crazy they treat him like shit because he's been our whole team. He's the only jersey other than Big Poppies they sell in the MLB store here. It's like you could buy a Devers jersey or a Poppy jersey.
Who do you like on your team?
All of them.
Not necessarily by skill.
I love them all.
Like someone that pops up. Well, you can't love all your kids the same. That's one of the biggest lies.
Do you think I birthed this team?
Spiritually, I think you're a part of it.
I've enjoyed watching Duran.
Sure.
Grow. You know, he's had a couple of things happen that have been stories, and I think looking at them all kind of together makes a complete picture of a person that I enjoy rooting for.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, look, it's Devers. Like, that's my...
Are you okay?
No, it's not been fun. This hasn't been fun. I was also just home watching the Sox with my parents, which is very, is like reminiscent of the last time I did that a lot was when I was a kid.
Your formative years when you're like way more in the thick of like emotional swings.
Yes.
So you got back in that state of mind.
And
that's fun.
And also, but I also like the Sox were good then.
Oh, yeah.
And they're not very good right now. And just watching them bum my parents out bums me out. And I don't know. It's just a tough.
Interesting.
But I love them all. And I really need us to stop making me talk shit about the Red Sox here because I'm going to get yelled at by everyone I love.
Abraham Toro's been good in the last 14
so
games.
Honest Bull, right?
Yeah.
Abraham Toro, the Honest Bull.
We'll bleep that out.
Why? Would you bleep that out? That's what I call. Isn't that what doesn't everybody? I call him the Honest Bull.
I don't think about him that much.
Abraham Toro. He can do everything. He's a Swiss Army knife. He's a switch hitter, right? Yeah. He's played every position. When I first encountered him, he was on the take a swing, Katie. It's got to be Mariners.
He was there.
He was.
Astros first.
Mariners.
Yeah. So maybe he was on the Astros first. I love him. And he had like a crazy game the other day.
Yeah.
And he just never has really disappointed. So yeah, it should have been the first name I said is Abraham Toro. I do like, but he's not a guy you should get attached to. Sometimes guys like that move around a lot and then they go.
Wow.
But I like him. I think he's
Canadian.
Great. Yes. And I think I felt like maybe had been touched by adoption, but I might be making that up.
Okay, well, his family moved to Montreal just before he was born.
Then no,
Can
I was
lose
wrong.
me for a while.
I was wrong.
I do have an update from Mr. O'Brien. I said, hey, what was up with the end of the email to Katie Nolan about me holding up in the beef? He said, world travels fast. A lot of exclamation points. As you and JM has taught me, it's just content. Keep up the good work.
Wow.
I knew that. He's right.
He's a content man.
He's absolutely right.
He tried to get me and he got me.
Yeah. He wanted to end on something punchy, and he did, and it worked. Hook, line, and sinker, you fell for it. Trevor Story's not been doing well. I wish he would.
Abraham Toro is trilingual, so Swiss Army knife. Add that next.
I know.
The next show you go on to promote him.
In every when I'm on my Abraham Toro, my Abraham tour.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah, he's. I just remember looking him up and being like impressed by. You didn't get it. Did you need help?
Oh, okay. I did my own.
You guys both don't have kids, but Toro Loco, he should have a sponsorship with Monster Jam because that's like the most popular car.
Thought about that?
You thought about that?
How about how we don't have kids?
This is Toro Loco, one of the most popular Monster Jam trucks.
Great.
I'm in the thick of that right now.
That's sick. What is that? Kids love Monster Jam?
I mean, kids and adults who haven't grown.
I thought Monster Jam was a summer concert thrown by a rap radio station.
I think
in Connecticut, yeah.
Yeah.
In Connecticut.
Jingle Jam and Summer Jam.
Jingle Jam.
That was the winter one.
Yeah, I did that. I got it. You didn't need to. I got it.
How much of an Aroldis Chapman fan are you? I see you have his jersey.
I fucking hate him.
Oh,
wow.
I fucking hate him.
Yeah. That checks out more than that.
I hate him. And before we got Bregman and Bueller, that was our big signing that I got. That's cool.
That's cool.
I like that a lot.
It's Megalodon.
The nostrils.
Oh, that is.
Too.
Yeah.
That's very cool looking.
When I was a child, I was pretty into that. Gravedigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the only push notification I had gotten over the summer was that the Sox what?
Yankees have beards now.
What? Where the fuck? What's going on this show?
Sparkle
I'm
Smash.
feeling overwhelmed.
It's not
That's
a
great.
Yankee show at
That's
all.
great. That's really good.
That's
I like
cool.
that the teeth are out, but almost like still cute.
I
But
took my son to and he's told me every time since Sparkle Smash wasn't there.
why not?
They like sometimes
She's
not
booked
there.
and busy.
Yeah, sometimes they're not
she
there.
was out.
Do you like the beards? Do you feel like we're stealing your guys' things?
No, I
being
just
ugly?
feel like you guys want it to be this big thing that you're finally allowing your team to have facial hair.
Yeah. Do you know it's because Devin Williams shaved, had no chin, and said he wouldn't sign here if he was a free agent?
Yeah.
Now, some of that I made up, but I would also bet my life on it.
Yeah. I had heard. And is he doing well now? Because I know he started not great.
I think the final numbers would say, he's doing his job, but it's a scary route.
Yeah. My thing with Aroldis Chapman is our booth said the other day, and it might have been Lou Merlone, but I don't remember, and I don't want to put this quote on him. Right. But early in the season, they were talking about Chapman as a signing, and they were like, the Sox were talking to him about, locating his fastball, moving it around the zone or whatever. And Chapman said, I'd never done that before. I just kind of throw it. And whoever was in the booth was like, so this guy's got it. The Sox feel like this guy's got a whole nother level they can unlock with him. And I was like, that's what you got from that quote?
Yeah.
You think a guy that's been through as many professional baseball organizations as this one has never been told by a coach before to locate his pitches? You don't think that's ever been brought up to him?
He was probably just being a dick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he's very good at that.
You know what he has done before? Groped his grandmother.
On Instagram Live, I believe.
Unbelievable video.
Unbelievable video.
On
and
his Instagram.
Not even the top of my
Baby
list
Dave,
of
we can
things
get
I
that
dislike.
up.
Yeah, more on it.
This is our third time being friends now.
Yeah,
Which is another
so we're
term
here.
for seeing each other.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's finally like get the group together for a hangout. Watch Aroldis Chapman
It's just
kind of honk his grandma's horns.
I also
Crazy video.
and not talked about enough on a national level, I don't think.
No, everyone
Somehow.
moved on.
Somehow it doesn't come up.
Because the conversations that come out of it.
Can't be good. Are we looking at it? I've
No,
prepared.
it's
I've
crazy.
girded my loins. Are we going to be looking at it or?
We'll try to get it, yeah.
Great. I'm going to just, what I've also watched him do other than grope his. Okay. Yeah.
If anyone hasn't
Honk,
seen
honk,
this,
Just honking Nana.
she moves him away. He goes to the other breast.
He's like, oh, you want me to go over here?
And then he goes back.
She's also petting him with the universal sign of like, and that's enough. Okay. And then we're done
God
with this.
damn, I can't watch that. That's so weird.
Do we think he breastfed a little too long? That's possible.
I don't think he's turning down a nip right there.
And do we know that that's his grandma for sure?
No, and that's the thing. If it's not, I'm
No,
happier. If
I
it's
think
not, I love a man with a taste for an older woman. I think that's great.
I think it's family 100%. So I don't want to get too off the scent there.
Is he touched by
How's your
adoption?
bullpen? Who's blowing it in your
Touched.
bullpen?
Who isn't? I don't know. I haven't paid attention to their names as much early in the season. I'm just sort of like,
Do you like Greg Weissert?
sure.
Okay. I liked him. Hey, Verdugo, he was kind of
He looked
He
so
was like-
weird. He should have been the reason you guys let them have beards.
Yeah.
When you got rid of his beard, I was like, what's this?
yeah, but the beard also was kind of weird because like strawberry blonde.
Yeah, but it was like, it made sense.
It was closer to normal.
Yes.
Yes,
Without it, I was like, I'm seeing too much of your face. This isn't right. It just didn't feel right. It was like Johnny Damon, where you're like, what the hell is that? You look crazy.
No, Johnny Damon looked handsome when he first came over.
When he first came over, yeah. He's a whole deal now.
What's he up to?
Yeah.
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 Remember his
He's
Monday Night Raw?
Nobody loves
that what
life
it
more
was?
than Johnny Damon.
Really?
So I'll give him that.
Nick
Great.
Swisher.
That's something.
Close.
Nick Swisher loves life more than. Yeah, right.
ways.
But it was weird in
Yes.
comparison to what it had just
It was
been.
actually
It
weird
was
when
stark.
he first showed up, Caveman, because remember he got hurt in the outfield. They
Yeah.
carted him off. They gave the thumbs up.
Yeah.
And then he missed the rest of the season.
Yeah.
So, and then this was before like the internet it was like 2004, 5. Then we came back and saw him like the next time the Yankees played the Red Sox. There was this dude with a long beard and hair, and
Yeah.
I remember being, "Who is
Be
that?
like, who is
And
that?
that's
Who is
Johnny
that
Damon.
guy? Who is the
'Cause
caddy?
he got hurt and never cut it.
Yeah.
Oh my
Whatever.
goodness.
You love him. You're obsessed with him.
What the fuck is this picture of Johnny Damon?
What?
Is that Johnny Damon?
No. Nothing's real on the internet anymore. Isn't it crazy how quickly you go like, that's fucking AI. I'm looking at AI. Have you gotten got by anything yet? AI wise?
Ooh.
Because my fiance sent me a Instagram video of like a ideal cabin in the woods with
Right.
like snow and cartoons on the TV, but the snow was going up and the trees inside
Oh,
of
yeah,
the,
yeah, yeah,
and the
yeah.
blankets.
I
Like
get
none
that,
of it
yeah.
was, and he was like, we need to find out where this is and go here. And I was like,
Yeah.
honey, that was made in a computer.
I'll get those on my feed, and it's like, look at this dream home
Right.
on like Lake
Yeah.
Como, and I'm
Yes.
like, wow, that is really nice. And then you do see the one thing; it's like a candle upside down,
And you're like, well, how
"Oh,
is
I don't know if
that?"
that is my dream.
Meanwhile, my dad is, he sent me, this was a while ago, a press conference between the front office of the Bruins screaming at each other. And he goes, Kate, did you see this? And I said, Dad. You don't think this would be covered top to bottom on every network if this happened? This is obviously not real. And he did the, oh, is it? Well, and I thought that. No, and I thought, but then I don't know. You never know.
I just want to see if you saw it too.
Yes, exactly.
I'm going to give a stat about the series, and then I'm going to tell you an answer.
Back to
and then I'm
this.
going to tell you an answer that's not about the series. Aaron Judge has an OPS of 1.185 since last season,
crazy.
and Walker Buehler has allowed an OPS of 8.23 since last season, which is the 15th worst. So
What are we
Judge
doing?
will home.
What are we fucking doing?
I tried to see if there was any AI stuff on my timeline. I'm sorry for
No,
ruining the
that's
stat.
fine. That's Judge is really good, and Walker Buehler's been struggling.
Yeah, okay.
But I like Walker Buehler, so that's just a stat on thing.
Okay,
I
Walker
pride
Buehler,
myself-
don't like him. You shouldn't like him
I
because
like
what he
Walker
just
Buehler.
did.
He
yeah,
liked
I know,
him
but he
before
shouldn't
he
like
did
you.
that.
Yeah.
I pride myself on
Are you going to eat these? What are these
saying
for?
that.
seeing through real estate photos. So it's not AI,
Right.
but Katie will send me, my wife will send me a house.
You're married to a Katie?
Yes.
Shout out.
She'll send me a house, and I will look at the photos for like a long time being a detective and be like, that house is way smaller than they're saying it is.
So that's not AI at all.
That's what I said. I fucking opened with that. This isn't AI.
Right.
But it's just a story I wanted to tell.
It was a new,
Yeah.
but
I
kind
don't
of
think you had
This
to
is
bring
just
up
a
AI
story
at all.
I felt
Well,
like
the
talking
AI made
about.
That
me
was the
think about
lead-in.
it. That was the lead-in.
Right.
You talked about a house on Airbnb.
No, I don't think we're going to allow it.
They'll put the camera like in the corner
Yeah.
to make you think the room's big.
Oh, yeah, and they use a fisheye
The
lens.
fisheye lens. But people fall
Shout
for
out
it.
Missy Elliott.
Like, that room looks good. I'm like, that room's tiny. And then we went to see one. It's tiny.
So you're looking for a house.
Yeah, we have third kid on the way.
Ooh, congratulations.
And I want a house where the primary bedroom is nowhere near the kids.
Smart. It's smart.
Yeah.
So you're on like a separate floor?
Yes, that's what I want to get to.
Oh.
Or, you know.
We'll look at different
Tough with a
layouts,
baby.
you know?
It's tough with a baby.
Well, they
You
sleep
need
in
the
your
baby
room
near
until
you.
you kick them out
Oh, okay, yeah.
for like 4 months. It's
Ooh,
called
4 months.
It's called the fourth trimester.
Oh,
which is
okay.
Kind of a,
Oh, fun.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't. You have to teach me all this because I don't
Me too.
know
Yeah.
and won't be knowing.
Luckily, the fourth trimester is instinctive for women
Great,
and not for men.
great. Those are yours.
My dad told me that. He
What?
said that you're engaged, but you never plan on getting married or having kids. And I said, oh, he's really listening.
Mm-hmm.
Jake's married.
Congratulations. I'm engaged.
very much.
But he's my husband. I just don't want to plan a wedding. Too stressed out by the idea.
It's a
yeah,
lot.
I didn't. We just went to courthouse.
Yeah, which I would do, and then I think my mom would be mad.
Yeah,
So
well, COVID gave us the excuse.
juggle.
see, we were too late.
We literally
He
were
waited
like,
too
let's
long.
just
We
go.
started
No one
dating
can
during
come.
COVID, so it would have been a little too early to. But I would have done it. I knew right away.
If you're listening, Dan, get the hints, buddy.
No, he did. What he did?
Yeah, you got the
He did what he was supposed
He
to
got
do.
the biggest hint.
He did what he was supposed to do. The problem was he waited. He was like, he didn't want to do it while I was working that baseball season that I worked. Meanwhile, I was the most upset, the saddest I've ever been when I worked that baseball season, and really could have used this as a pick-me-up. But as soon as I was done with baseball, he proposed, and I was like, oh, thank God. I thought that I just sucked in all ways. This guy doesn't want to marry me. These people don't want me here. And he was like, no, I just thought you'd be
going.
more stressed out.
This is feeling therapeutic.
Yeah, I know.
Is he
Sorry.
a
Like, you've
similar
admitted-
sports fan to you?
He's just recently gotten back into baseball because I have made him fall back in love with it because I'm
job.
obsessed. Thank you. He's a big 49ers fan. That's like, his dad passed away when he was younger, and that him and his dad bonded over the Niners. So that's his like big team. He's a Bruins fan. I recruited him because
Does he yell, scream? Does he
yeah,
just
oh
quiet?
yeah,
Okay.
no, yeah, he's very gets very emotionally invested in his sports.
Jake says some really good like one-liners.
Like what? You got any
Like-
of that
like-
off the top of the?
like-
Why'd you say thanks and look at me? I didn't say it.
No, like Jake, you have some classic lines that you yell.
So classic.
Like, what's the one you yell? Like, get going, ball. There's something you yell.
Yeah,
They're like sports classic.
I have
I'm
a-
not
I had-
thinking. I can't think of it
You
right
mean
now.
like while he's rooting?
While you're rooting,
Right.
Like, and it's not for content. It's
no,
genuine.
there's genuine. Like, I'll be on the couch.
Go ball, go ball.
I'll
Go
give out a
ball.
go ball.
Yeah, a lot.
That really shocks me.
Yeah.
Like, it'll be 8th inning, regular season game. Jess and the dog are asleep, and I'm just watching by myself, like looking at AI homes, and then like
Yeah, of course.
Bellinger runs into one. Go, Paul! And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I kind of called timeout on myself.
Yeah. So you
But it's
got to do
also
that.
good to feel a little bit.
100%.
Like, that's what I was just, this kind of, you in a way hate coming to our office because there's a ton of Yankee fans. So you're kind of exercising that demon. There's
Yes.
something therapeutic about you wearing Red Sox gear and walking through.
She walked in today, and what was your intro? You just said, "What's
I
up?
made
Enemies here."
Yeah, and I looked at everybody. I made eye contact with every single person.
Yeah.
Just so they know.
Fucking
I'm not
New-
afraid of them. I don't duck them. And here.
Everyone was just a little uncomfortable.
Everybody was like, who the fuck is this lady? Does she work here?
When you did the Jack Nicholson, you called everyone rats, and you just kind of went. And nobody really liked that. And then you were talking about real life stuff a minute ago.
I
This
know.
is kind
Here's
of
the thing.
therapeutic. For
I
you.
think
I'm happy
you guys,
for you.
and I know maybe it's the quiet part you're not supposed to say out loud with guys in sports. I think sports is mostly emotion. I think sports is mostly about like experience in something. All the tribalism that like is ruining other areas of our lives is like it's welcome here. It's where you're supposed to put that. You're supposed to, hate your opponent. Why are we still doing
Speaking
this?
of tribalism,
I'll tell you, Johnny Damon doesn't have a lot of bad days.
no.
Please look up Johnny Damon. I believe it was Monday Night Raw. That was a bad day. That was I don't say this phrase, but it is what describes what happened to me. He gave me the ick. That was I could not look at him the same after he did Monday Night Raw. I think is what like the actual when he guest hosts it is the thing.
Well, yeah, sports fandom is supposed to be irrational.
Yeah.
And there's too many people that are trying to get away from that.
Yeah.
Like if we post like our playoff videos of us screaming, they're like, really guys, it's the second inning. It's like, okay.
It's like, okay, I'm too invested in this. That's kind of my whole thing.
Yeah.
How invested I am in this.
It's an escape.
Like it will matter to me. It'll ruin my day. My day will be better this weekend if we can like beat you in a way that hurts your feelings.
Right.
It will just give me the energy I need to doom scroll on my phone. You know what I mean? Like it fuels me.
I went to a brew pub for Knicks game 2 against the Pacers.
A brew pub.
Met up with my friend Nikhil.
A discotheque.
Is that just a bar?
I think so.
And watched the game, and it was just one of those funny moments because the game ended and they lost, and the environment's very sad.
Yes.
And if they didn't, the environment would not have been very sad.
Communal emotion that everybody's sort of rooting for the same. I mean, we're obviously rooting for different things, but you're rooting for, you can unite with people over a shared outcome desired. Yes?
Do you have a nice Red Sox Yankees story? Like, do you have any moments of good that have come out of this? Like,
Well, who's a Yankee that you've met in your life that you're like, fuck, I like you?
My opinion of Aaron Boone has ameliorated. It has gotten a little bit better.
Ameliorated?
I don't think
We'll
it's the
bleep
right.
that out
I think
too.
you should. It's just I hate him less. I'm not going to say I like him. I'm like tiptoeing around. I don't
Right.
want to say I like him because he
Right.
hurt us very badly. That's what I said.
Make something bad or unsatisfactory better.
Right.
So yeah, you used it great.
Thanks.
I love
what's
learning
that
new
about?
words. That's a wild one.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's just a lot of
I wish there was like
syllables.
I wish I could find out a percentage of how many people use that word. Is there a website that does that? Like if I told you that you're like there's 2% of people that have used that word correctly.
I'd sit up straighter.
Yeah,
you
you'd
know.
be like, hell yeah. Jake throws out some of those every now and then. It's wild.
Yeah, I don't know what that's from. There was Jeopardy growing up. I laughed at English classes growing up because I was like,
What's the point
but
of this?
sometimes when there is a cool word, you're like, all right, I'll fuck with that. Like,
Yeah.
let's see what you got.
Yeah. Discombobulate.
A lot of Scrabble too,
Yeah.
as a youth.
But my opinion of him has ameliorated because of he allowed me to, in his office before a game, tell him to go fuck himself. And he didn't like get mad. He was
Right.
like cool about it.
Yeah,
Yeah, he likes all that
Yeah.
stuff.
He likes that
he's a sports
that
fan.
he hurt me. He likes
Right.
that and I like, that's how I like a baseball player to be, to like identify with their team so much that when they upset a Red Sox fan, they're like, yeah,
Right.
screw you. And I'm like, yeah, screw you. And we know that like, you know,
Right.
at the end of the day, it's just sports. But what he does for a living wouldn't matter as much if I didn't hate him, you know, if I didn't care
Right.
as much as I.
That help fuels it.
So yeah, I thought that I appreciate that about him. I don't think I've ever liked. Oh no, I don't think I've ever liked a Yankee. You have the newer kid that it's got to be like his 4th year now, if he's even still with you. So let me try to think of what his name was. He got called up in 2022,
Okay.
and he wears like a way
Oswaldo
up there
Cabrera?
number. Yes.
93?
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He's good.
yeah,
he's a
he's
good
got
person.
hurt.
Yeah.
He's on a scooter right now.
I like
Can't
him.
walk.
Yeah,
He's a very sweet man.
Yeah, he seems
Really
it. He
nice.
seems very sweet. That's as close as I'll get to saying that I like a Yankee. You know,
I mean, now reflecting on it, I like all the Red Sox I hated. You know, Pedro, Poppy, even Pedroia. They all like had. I don't know if Pedroia's ruined it lately because you made a face like I shouldn't like him. But
no, I didn't. No, I just smiled because I like thinking about Dustin Pedroia. I love him.
Okay.
My mom calls him Dinky Padinky. Don't
But
know
like
why.
they all
That's
did
perfect.
like media stuff after retiring that I enjoyed their personalities.
Yeah.
But I mean, I love to hate.
Jeter's personality in that. Remember, was it last
Oh.
postseason?
Let's
No,
talk.
it's a negative, not a positive.
Let's
to be
talk.
clear.
Okay.
When I feel like they were messing around with a mascot, maybe, and like Jeter got up and walked out of the interview. Do you remember that? That was a real.
I don't
bummer.
remember that. But
Real bummer of a guy.
I'm an
Just be
expert
careful.
in Jeter's personality.
You're using the Lord's name in vain a little bit.
Bummer? Jeter. Yeah. I don't, he just
Height
seems,
chart.
you don't think you can be good at a sport and boring, you know?
He's not boring though.
Yeah. He's smart, but he thinks he's
It's the
better
Mets. It's the Mets. It was a Mets mascot.
So?
Exactly.
He wasn't, what? He wasn't like Matt. He sits next to no, you can't do that. He just walked off. He was like, clearly, if you watch the video, and you're a
gotta
guy who
watch
loves
it.
to zoom in and analyze,
Yeah.
he was clearly like, this is beneath me.
Yeah, it's the Mets.
Oh, yeah.
That's not why. It's
Wait,
because
have
it was
you
a
heard him
mascot.
talk about the Mets in the documentary?
No?
That's
Maybe?
exactly how he talks about the Mets.
on it.
Shout out Kevin Burkhardt.
How about Kevin
Okay.
Burkhardt?
I love him.
Yeah.
If Jeter
Also,
walks,
so funny knowing
so
the
it's
history
Mr.
of Poppy and
Right.
potentially why he was in that problem he had a little while. It's very funny that he's hitting on Mrs. Met. And Mr. Met's like, excuse me. Look at Jeter. Watch Jeter.
this is great. It's
Watch
Mr. and
Jeter.
Mrs. Met just like trying to take over the set and joke around.
Mr. Met normally doesn't have a lot to say, but we have.
Oh, he dropped the mic. He's doing his own bit there. Look at this.
He is not doing his own bit.
I mean,
Look at that face. He smiles on the way out. He knows what he's doing.
No.
I wouldn't be surprised.
No.
Have you seen
Listen,
Mrs. Matt?
he's got Yankees fans.
You know the old Jeter stories.
That's what she's saying about Poppy.
Yeah, but she doesn't need a... Nothing. Let's drop it.
That's great. That's Jeter. That's Jeter knowing his audience, Yankees fans. Messing around.
They were just, how we looked at it was just the Mets. For us, there wasn't a hatred of the Mets.
Oh,
They were just, how we looked at it was just the Mets.
great. That's great. I would love that if I were a Yankees fan. I get it. That's fine. But I don't... He's not for me.
Also,
okay.
mascots are. It's just you're gonna go to.
Yeah, sometimes it's a lot.
You're gonna go to Times Square and just like high five one of those furries.
Well, those
So
aren't
it's
the. Are they all? They must all be, right? You can't do that. Or maybe it's the separation of like business and pleasure.
Church
It's
and
like
state, yeah.
mascots are my work. They're not what I do to climax. You
if
know?
you're doing that
There it
and
is.
you're not
There it is.
hyping up an entire stadium or little like putting on a show for little kids,
Yeah.
like these people, this
Yeah.
is what are they doing this for?
It's to promote baseball. It's for kids watching at home.
We have a mascot at our warehouse.
Okay, and it is.
You can come. be
Let me see the
if you want.
mascot first. Before I go to a warehouse to meet with a mascot, let me see if it's like the king cake.
what are you
baby
doing
from
this
the
weekend?
Pelicans. I don't think I'll be meeting it in a
Just-
warehouse.
Warehouse mascot.
Dusty the warehouse weasel.
He's a weasel.
Yes. That's our Dusty. Yeah.
That's Mrs. Met.
Yeah, I know.
And that
Interesting
behind.
angle you've chosen.
Mrs. Met butt.
Yeah, dude.
Sometimes I like to make sure
She's
people are
caked
checking,
up.
you know.
1 T or 2 T's.
She's not skipping leg day. And good
Good.
for her.
Right.
And now and that's a suit? It's a suit, right? Even though it's human body shaped, she's putting on a whole suit.
I'd assume so.
Yeah, it has to be.
We might have pillows back
There's
there or
Dusty.
something.
Is the Mrs. Met butt from the suit?
Okay, fine. Yeah, let AI tell you. No, Mrs. Met is not a suit. What?
AI, you fucking.
It sucks.
Please do not sexualize Mrs. Met.
I mean,
But they're kind of sexualizing Mrs. Met.
Hey, look, being a hot lady with a sexy body is not sexualizing yourself. It's just existing. Okay?
Jake,
They're not
son of a
sexualizing her.
bitch, Jake.
What do you
don't
want her
have
to
to tell
do?
me.
Wear Spanx
You don't.
to have less nice of an ass? There's she
I got
can't
my
help
way.
her genetics. She's a ball. She's a ball person. And ball people are rounded where we are square. Let her be. Leave Mrs. Met alone.
Hey, to get Jake's back here, someone in this Reddit thread said when they made her costume, including padding specifically to make her ass bigger, they invited the sexualization.
And then I'll read the next one. Are we sure that's padding and not just the natural body shape of the person inside the costume?
And I'll read the next one. Positive. I used to sit by the tunnel between 124 and 125 where they wait for their cue to come out.
Mr. Met is going cardboard flat.
There's no way
butt.
that's what Mr. Met looks like. That's a terrible
That's
photo
a
of Mr.
soggy
Met.
butt.
I've had a photo
That's
of me that
juice.
looks like that
That's
you just have
juice.
to have wiped from the internet. Because if it's just when you stand up and you're wearing baggy pants and you just look like you have no ass.
Okay, we're back down.
You're
All
up.
right. Now, okay.
See, it's too big, you guys. It's one size too big. And that's why
That's a style.
I left the
though.
tag on it. And that's why I'm going to take it back. And I'm going to get it in a smaller size.
Before the show started, she just said she was going to take it back because you thought they were going to get swept.
That's not what I said. I never would say that. Look at me. I would never say that.
Well, that sums up the series. I think that if young William Warren wins, that would be great. And that's it.
Who else are we getting pitching
What's your favorite name
I
on the
miss
Red
what's
Sox?
his face. Your pitcher that I absolutely
Andy Pettit,
hate
Roger
is out.
Clemens.
Yeah.
Devers crushes him.
It's every time in a
Whitey
way
Ford.
that's just amazing. And he's such a little whiny little baby about it.
He thought he was going to win the crowd over when he did that.
Yeah.
And then
And backfired.
and then it backfired huge.
Mm-hmm.
He thought he was like when Poppy said, "I just tipped my cap and called the Yankees daddy."
Mm-hmm.
He thought Cole and people were like, "Hey, that's pretty funny and honest of you."
Mm-hmm.
Not Poppy.
Pedro.
Pedro. But like everyone kind of was like, "That's funny," and you were acknowledging it. I think Cole thought he was going to get that response. Like, can't beat him, join him. Like, hey, this guy's got my number. I'll just send you to first. But that's why he did it in that cute way.
Yeah, I don't
and
know.
then it backfired, and I don't think he knew he was going to get as much shit as he did for that.
Yeah.
Because he
I remember when he threw a fit because
Billy Crystal.
Billy Crystal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
wasn't
like a
great.
legit thing that he had to overcome. Like we talked to Boone about it. Like
Yeah.
Cole had to overcome getting like off kilter by tiny.
He's very
noises.
talented.
Yeah.
Incredibly talented.
Yeah.
But a whiny.
He loves wine.
Does he?
He's,
Ironic.
He's evolved.
Or not ironic.
Don't you
Ameliorate.
think?
Ameliorate.
Ameliorate.
Ameliorated that.
10,000 spoons. I just need a knife.
None of those are irony. It's just
I know.
weird
I don't think there's a
situations.
single one in there that is.
no.
Music cannot matter. That's a slippery
What?
slope.
What's happening? What is this? Let me not say anything about music
How I signify when I'm
before I get myself in trouble.
Okay, so if the Red Sox win, we'll send stink bombs to your
Well,
office.
why would that be
Oh, are we rivals?
as a podcast?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I like you guys too much.
Nice.
I think you guys are
Done it.
too fun. But I can play hate you if you want. That's easy. You won't like it.
Player hater. You like Jake?
You think
Snake
you could
yet?
out hate us?
I don't see hate as a competition.
Okay.
Yeah, there's not levels to hate. Once you're
There's
there, you're
levels
there.
to it. Very much levels
Yeah,
to
there's
hate.
a lot of,
once you
there's a
hate,
lot of
you
levels
hate.
to hate. I don't think we're even talking about anything
used to
anymore.
player
Is this
hate
still
a
a
lot.
show?
It ended.
Oh,
Go Yanks.
We never started.
go Red Sox.
Go Yanks.
No.
Can't
Red
have the last-
Sox.
Can't have the last words be that.
Go Red Sox. Go Red Sox.
Ba-ba-da.
Title that one, Talking Shit with Katie Nolan.
All right.